So I'm going to float one other crazy idea because it goes absolutely contrary to everything that the whole purpose of this podcast was for. But I still think it's worth bringing. All right. So the idea of the podcast was, how can we do more with less? How can we spend less? I do think there's one other interesting thing I've seen a couple people do, and honestly, at Pivot Point, we're trying to do the same thing. So when this all hit, a lot of people are like, oh, cut back marketing, cut back sales, cut back this, cut back that. We've been looking to think, where can I make strategic investment right now? Because in my opinion, coming out, I saw this in the 2008 slowdown, there's going to be a lot of the weak people in your industry that disappear. I don't care if it's a managed service provider, an advisory and assessment firm like us. You could be a software as a service firm. You could be a manufacturing concern. There's a lot of companies that are going to go out of business. And I don't know when the recovery is going to take place.
That PPP is running out.
That's right. So when does the recovery happen in full? Does it happen Q3, Q4, Q1, Q2 next year? Whenever it is, I do think that I don't want to. I think people should be thinking about strategic investments now that will pay off in massively on the backside of this, right?
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. In fact, we're looking to where our strategic investment is really cut into two things: people and capacity. Mm-hmm. So we happen to have our own private cloud as well that we offer up. Again, I don't compete with Azure and AWS and all the rest. We're it's sort of a hybrid approach and special situation type solution. The point is that so we're just expecting to need the capacity. You're going to need to be able to host. We're going to need to expand. Because in 2008, we actually had the best quarter. The first Q1 of 2009 was probably one of the best quarters in the history of the company. So typically in
the height of, that was like,
that was the height of it,
approaching the height of the recession.
Yeah. It's insane because I don't want to sound like, and I honestly don't want to sound like we're bragging, but we're fortunate enough to be in the types of industries where the needs are just going to be there. And actually, not that we're recession proof, but unless you're selling widgets, which nobody's buying today, and you offer a service that has value and is necessary to do business, I don't see how that strategic investment doesn't come your way. So I would encourage your audience
if you're not retail or if you're not travel. Look, there's some industries right now that you just have to feel sorry for.
Oh, I lost
I have a client that's in the travel industry that's at 97% reduction of revenue. Yeah. And there's nothing they can. It's you can't make a strategic investment there. But I do think you're right. I think in so many industries, I think you got to think twice that maybe a strategic investment is the right thing to do, not a scale back.